Southeastern Championship Wrestling. Innovators in television wrestling with split screen, instant replay, and other technical firsts. The program voted #1 by the Wrestling Writers Federation. Join us now for a fast-paced competition of professional wrestling featuring the top stars from the world's largest governing body, the National Wrestling Alliance.
Hello, I'm Charlie Platt. Welcome once again to Southeastern Championship Wrestling. Ric Flair, once again, the NWA World Heavyweight Champion, defeating seven-time World Champion Harley Race on Thanksgiving night. And Ric Flair will be defending the NWA World Heavyweight Championship here in the Southeastern Wrestling area in December. Coming up later this hour, we'll be telling you who he will face as he defends that World Heavyweight Championship. To take a look at videotape for a specific reason. If we could, Wayne, roll it upstairs, and this will bring back memories of a few months ago here in the Southeastern Wrestling area. The man you see in the ring, again, the NWA World Heavyweight Champion, of course, Ric Flair, defeating Harley Race Thanksgiving night. Seven-time World Heavyweight Champion. Here he's facing, at that time, the Southeastern Heavyweight Champion, Bob Armstrong. Austin?
Well, as a matter of fact, like I said, I was in St. Louis last night, and just so happens Ric Flair was on the card, and I mean, he really had a lot to say, you know. I mean, of course, Flair's always been pretty much of a flamboyant individual and pretty cocky, and he was really strutting his stuff, and in the way his attitude seemed to be, the way I could gather, Charlie, that this man really plans to hold on this title for a long, long time, and I, for one, would be more than happy to wrestle this guy anytime I ever got the opportunity.
Well, after a lot of consideration has been put into the situation, a lot of negotiations made by the Board of Directors of International Sports Incorporated, seeing that Bob Armstrong does hold a win over Ric Flair. He has held the Southeastern Heavyweight Championship longer than anyone else. Bob Armstrong will face Ric Flair for the NWA World Heavyweight
That's fantastic. All right.
in December. And coming out now, Bob, congratulations.
Thank you very much. I'm tickled to death about it. I was the happiest to find out Ric Flair beat Harley Race for the World Championship again, because I did beat Ric Flair. The last time he was here, I beat him right in the middle, no questions asked. Now that he's got the title, whether I've got a title or not, I should be the #1 contender, and I want to thank everybody, Cards and Letters, International Sports, everybody, because right here you see it. That's it, brother, and I was very, very happy about everything.
And in December, Bob, you'll have your chance at the World Championship, once again held by Ric Flair. Congratulations.
Thank you, brother. Waited a long time for it, and I feel good. I feel right. I'm about 230, pretty close to Flair's weight. I feel good about everything. I'm ready for him this time. If I've ever been, I'm ready now. I'd like to be #2 to congratulate Bob, and as far as I go, as far as I'm concerned, I'm putting my money on you, Jack. I think you're going all the way with it.
I appreciate it. Congratulations, Bob. You can take it. No doubt in my mind.
You know, Charlie, it's been a long, hard pull, brother, and I finally got there, and I finally got...
Part of the country are willing to spend enough money, and if you got the money, honey, I got the time. That's the way I live, that's the way I go through life. You want the best, you paid to have the best here. I'm going to be here, and I'm going to answer the challenge of all the big names around here. I'm talking about Bob Armstrong, Ron Fuller, and anybody else, Robert Fuller, anybody else that want to put in the ring. You'll find Ric Flair always fair. You put your name on the contract, and I'll be there. You know, I want to say one thing. You got a tremendous individual right here in Joe LeDuc. We all know this man has gone through just about every top star in the area. But it's really an insult to me to have to walk out in this program, and I've been here 2 or 3 times, as you know, and look at this, and look at this. You have to admit, a snotty-nosed punk kid like this, standing next to a man who has run his mouth, and you know what I'm talking about. He has told everyone that if he got Ric Flair in the right situation at the right time, that he would take this and he'd be the new World Heavyweight Champion. Well, Armstrong, I want you to listen to me, and listen to me very carefully. As I said earlier, they've paid a lot of money to bring me in this area, and I'm going to be here to answer your challenge. But make sure you don't run your mouth too loud. Don't overload it, Daddy, because anything you say, you've got to be prepared to back up. And that means you got to come over the best. I'll be here. and hopefully you and I'll have a chance to meet in the ring in the very near future. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Flair. Two-time NWA World Heavyweight Champion, the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. Who we're all familiar with, the young career in pro wrestling, but in that career he's seen a lot. He's held many titles. And you've got to be a proud fella, because your father has done something. Of course, recently we saw some videotape in which Bob defeated in a non-title match the NWA World Heavyweight Champion. But we have some more news about Bullet Bob Armstrong and the NWA World Champion. And let's take a look at exactly what did take place in a tag match. Robert Fuller and Bob Armstrong in action against the NWA World Heavyweight Champion, Ric Flair and Jerry Stubbs. And Bob defeated Flair in single action earlier this year. And we're fixing to see something here, Brad, that certainly might say that your father has Flair's number.
That's exactly right, Charlie. You know, that's very important that you touched on that fact. Every man can be beat. Every man, every time, you know, there's somebody big and bad, there's always somebody going to be better, right? Well, I believe, Mr. Ric Flair, I believe Bob Armstrong has your number. That's twice right here. You're going to see it right here, brother. There it is. Down for the count. 1, 2, 3. That's not the first time, Charlie. That's the second time.
Exactly right. It happened in singles action, and it's happened in tag action. Bob Armstrong victorious over the NWA World Heavyweight Champion, and I know you're proud, Brad. I'm trying to conduct...
Look at me. You keep talking to him. You don't got to look at me, you know.
I'm trying to conduct...
I've come out here twice today, and I've complimented you on the way that you present your wrestling program. But I never consented to you playing that tape on your program, and I resent a snotty-nosed little punk like this kid right here.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
No, you don't. Wait a minute. I'm expressing myself. And I reiterate, I resent a snotty-nosed little punk like you coming out here and talking on behalf of your dad. Now, if your old man wants to sit out here and talk about what he's done and look me in the eye and do it, that's one thing. But for him to send a snotty-nosed little crawler like you out here to talk in his behalf, that's one step too far.
Mr. Flair, with all due respect, sir, nobody talks to me that way but my dad.
I think that's very... Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Flair just come out and starting a verbal war with Brad Armstrong and Bullet Bob. Flair catching a series of rights from Bob Armstrong. Brad being hit face first on the desk, then that shoulder going into the ring. I don't know. Mr. Flair does retreat to the dressing. Wait a minute, he's coming back. Ric Flair finds his own shoulder going into that turnbuckle. That pretty much settles that issue. We'll be back with more Southeastern Television Wrestling in a moment.